Hi everyone, today I'm going to make a simple soup which is, it's basically a simple tomato soup that I really love. It is derived from a recipe that my mom used to make as we were growing up, a simple tomato soup which was an Indian tomato soup, okay, because there were spices and so on. And I think over time it has become, I have made it my own by adding different ingredients into the soup, and it has become a very Malaysian Indian soup, guys. So, that is what we are, right? The Malaysian Indians, we are a blended culture. We have all kinds of different uh, cultural elements that has been introduced into our traditional Indian food, and it's become Malaysian Indian cuisine. So guys, these are the ingredients. Everything is here except for the salt and some peanut oil. You can use any oil of your choice. Go through the ingredients with you guys. This is food choke, hard bean curd that has been soaked, so it looks like this. This is the Malaysian element. This is shiitake mushrooms, dried shiitake mushrooms that has been soaked, and it becomes nice and soft like that. And this is about a small onion that I have sliced. This is dried anchovies that I've also washed, and they haven't been soaked, but dry anchovies, they look nice and soft like this once they've been washed. Okay, oops. Anyway, this is all on my chopping board, so the chopping board is clean. And this is tofu. This is soft tofu that comes in a little rectangular box. It's really crumbly, so it's now broken up a little bit like that. About 3 tomatoes that I have cubed. This is about 3 cloves of garlic, chopped, not chopped, guys, I just pounded it. You can chop it as well. Some red onion, just a small piece that I have sliced. Fennel seeds, 1 teaspoon. Julienne ginger, and two small pieces of cinnamon sticks, as well as some turmeric powder, just a little bit for color. And this one, guys, is green onion or spring onions. I'm just going to slice a bit of, chop a little bit of that and put it in. So these are the ingredients that I'm going to use today, as well as salt and oil, as well as some white pepper powder, guys. Okay, this is white pepper powder. I'm going to put it over here. So everyone, the first thing to do is heat up some oil in my new kadai. Fennel seeds and the cinnamon stick. Now the kadai is quite hot, so you can see that the spices are beginning to crackle. So in goes the garlic, okay, and the ginger. Reduce the flame. Give this a little bit of a saute. Put in the onions, the sliced onions. Saute this a little bit, and then you can add the chilies. A little bit of turmeric. I use organic turmeric, guys, because I believe in good turmeric. I'm going to add the turmeric. I'm using my little spice dappa, and I put it out for you earlier, the organic turmeric. So if you want, you can always purchase it as well. And now goes my anchovies. Now you get a really nice flavor. Let this saute a little bit till it's slightly brown, just a little bit more. Then I can add some water. So now goes about 800. Well, this is 700. I'm going to add more than this. About 700 ml of water. I will add a little bit more, guys. This is not another 200 ml. Let's see, another 300 ml. I'm not adding. It doesn't have to be boiled water, guys, because I'm going to, this whole liquid is also going to boil. I'm going to add the salt. I'm going to close it so it boils faster. I like this. One of the reasons I like this kadai is it's got a modern glass cover. All my other kadais have got normal stainless steel kadai. So this one, you can see through it. So boiling. Okay. Now to add the tomatoes. Okay. The smell is so nice already. The shiitake mushrooms, and these, I think I'm going to sort of break it up. Okay. Time for the scissors. I like using my scissors, guys, sometimes. I know it's not really like, professional, but I do that every now and then. I even chop up, leaves with my scissors sometimes. Well, it's all going to go into the stomach, and I don't have so much of patience. All that goes in, and bit a mess. Let that cook a little bit, and I'm also going to add the tofu now. So the tofu you can just add it in big pieces, guys, because eventually as you're stirring, it will start breaking up. And you see how easily it crumbles. So I'm just going to add all of that inside. And so this is quite a new my white pepper. So this is quite a nutritious soup, because it's got vegetarian protein inside. And I'm just going to let it come to a boil. Okay, this will be last of all the spring onions that I have chopped. I'm going to close it and let all the flavors mingle with each other and cook. I'm not going to take it off very fast, but I'm going to put it at a slow boil. My heat is still small because I want the flavors to mix, and the longer it boils, actually, that's the more tasty the soup will be. A quick chat while the soup simmers. So as I mentioned, this soup was basically a traditional tomato soup, which my mother used to cook. But because of the Malaysian element, she used to add this. Actually, this one was something that she used to add as well. And I learned how to cook this food chok, which is tofu skin, from her. Okay, so what this essentially is okay, let me just show you. Remember, I told you to have a good look at the tofu skin earlier. Oh my god, my table is moving. So this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like, hard and dry. And this is actually the film that forms on the top of boiling soya milk. So this film forms on the top. The film forms on the top, and then that is gathered and processed in such a way that it is made into little sheets. And those sheets are the ones that are called tofu skin. Okay, so this is one Malaysian element, which is actually a Chinese introduction of a Chinese ingredient that we have incorporated into I have maybe incorporated it into my tomato soup, or my mom. Dry shiitake mushrooms that was soft earlier that I sliced. This is how it looks like. Okay, like that. And it looks like this. It's hard. This is another Chinese ingredient, guys. Okay, this is hard, and once it's soaked, it becomes nice and soft. Sometimes I even add another kind of mushroom, which I think is called bat's ear mushroom or something like that. In Malay, it's called telinga kelawa, something like that. So this one, it's this, okay, and it comes like this. It's hard, okay, and once it's soaked, it gets soft. So there's a difference between this one and this. This one has a nice silky texture once it's soft. This one has a soft texture, but a slightly crunchy texture once it's soft. So both of them have their own niceness, And then I'm adding some anchovies, dried anchovies. This is how it looks like. This is really popular among the Malays, and this is something that we Indians tend to add into our vegetables. Sometimes dried prawns as well, dried shrimps, small little ones. This, I don't think, this is another it's called nettali in Tamil, nettali mean, but it's little tiny ones like this that we wash, and we even put into our Malaysian national dish, nasi lemak. I will do it. The reason I'm explaining these things, guys, is because I know that my subscribers or my followers are not all Malaysian. I have a good amount of followers from South Africa, and I just want to introduce you guys to, and as well as from India. So I want to show that we are Indians, and we are from different continents probably. But although we like our traditional Indian food, our Malaysian Indian food has been influenced, and I kind of like that very much. So this is anchovies. It gives a nice salty taste to food, and dried shrimp is another one. And then we use a lot of all these kind of things. This is taufu lembut, and that is in Malay. It's called taufu lembut, and this in English is called smooth tofu. Can you see? It's smooth tofu. It comes in a little box like this, or you can find it in different containers as well. It's nice and smooth and silky. Sometimes it's steamed as a little rectangular block, and then you put some, some nice ingredients on the top with a sauce. Or sometimes it's put into soups and whatever that you like. So that is another. So these are the ingredients that are a little different. Because we are Malaysian Indians. Okay, I'm going to stop repeating that again and again because it's going to get boring. So let's get on to the soup now. You could also, I know some do, put the cubes like chicken cubes and anchovy cubes. That is basically the flavor, and it has a lot of MSG and stuff inside it. So I don't really like using those things. I would rather just use the real thing. If I want to have the flavor of chicken, I'll just add some chicken, and if I wanted the anchovy flavor, I'll add the anchovies. I prefer doing that. And also, if you want this soup to be vegetarian, like my daughter, if she loves this soup as well, and when she comes, I would either completely go do without anchovies or anchovies, or I would get the, you sometimes can have dried, it's like vegetarian anchovies and so on, which will have that flavor, but that is also, I'm sure, would have a lot of stuff inside it which I wouldn't want. But occasionally I think it's okay. So yeah, that's what I'd like to say. So this is how it looks like. Oh gosh, it's a bit hot. Okay. Okay. And this is the soup. The final result would be like this. The tomatoes have all softened. Everything would be cooked. And the tomatoes, when they're softened and cooked for a while, they really give a very nice flavor to any soup for that matter. And this soup, you can add anything, guys. You can add more vegetables inside, different vegetables. There's a version of this soup that I make with cabbage and tomato that my daughter loves. She calls it the cabbage soup. And that's another one. I would add some carrots and cabbage. So this is how it looks like, everyone. Delicious tomato soup. Guys, this is how it looks like. Delicious homemade tomato soup. Okay, I tried it. It's awesome. You can have this with toasted bread or just on its own. Sometimes I would even add a little bit of potatoes inside. So it's a complete meal, So I'm quite happy. I really want to eat this now. Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed today's cooking session. Do try out this delicious tomato soup. And also, guys, give me a like or a thumbs or a like in this form, depending on which platform you're in. Share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and here's Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye, everyone. And if you're from the platform which starts with a T, and if you're interested in this pot, to click on the yellow bag to get your own. Bye, guys.